Welcome back to Across State Lines podcast. I am one third of your hosts, Austin Skinner, and along with me again, Mr. Joe Sweet down in Florida, and
Hey
our
there.
compadre, Screech Monroe of Syracuse, New York.
Hey,
I
There he
do want to
is.
let you guys know this week, I have very exciting news. Beyond it being Halloween, uh, you know, get ready to celebrate All Hallows Eve with us today. But beyond that, Screech Monroe has upgraded his microphone. Screech, give the people
dun, dun,
some words.
dun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got. I don't know. It took
Yeah,
forever to
man.
get, dude. So I
You
ordered one,
know,
right? And Amazon couldn't find it or something, so I had to reorder it, and it took almost a month to get.
they
I
lost it.
literally just set it up today. Yeah, they lost it. I don't
They,
know how it's still in their area, their inventory, but they don't know when it's gonna get shipped. So I was like, fuck
I'm
this.
telling you, man.
So
Like,
did they prompt you, Screech, like, hey, you probably just want to reorder this and cancel the other
yeah,
one, or?
yeah, yeah. They were like, you can cancel it and get your money back.
Oh,
Which kind of I did.
Oh,
So.
I just finally got the police report. So a couple months back, we moved down here. We had to send our plates back to New York State, the DMV. And I sent them through UPS, and UPS lost them.
Ah,
So I had gone to the UPS store, or first I had called UPS, and they were like, "Yeah, you got to go to the store where you shipped it from and file a or file a complaint through them, and then okay, you call the
ugh.
DMV, and they're like, well, you need to send us a written letter as to what happened. You need to create a police report." And I'm like, I got to go through all of this. So I finally just sent it in the mail, and I'm like, because it kept sending me stuff says your vehicle's uninsured, and I'm like, I don't own it anymore, but hopefully
Jesus.
they get it. But it's like, you know, craziness. But yeah, happy Halloween, everybody. Happy Halloween out there. Man, that's crazy.
Woo.
This is gonna drop on Halloween.
That's
oh, it
right.
is?
Yeah.
Shit, dude.
Yeah.
Weird.
Screech doesn't look at the calendar very often.
No, not really. No.
Yeah,
Probably
Every
because
day
he's
is the
still in a
same.
bathrobe and it's fucking 5 p.m.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Did you
That's what.
just get up? Time is different for you up there in New York?
No, I just like wearing a bathrobe. It's comfy. You guys
Very
don't wear one
nice.
just nonchalantly around the house?
I can honestly
No,
say that I've never even owned a bathrobe.
You're
I
missing
don't
out.
own a bathrobe. I should correct that. I did own a robe. It
Yeah, I
was
remember you used to drink
technically
your
a
coffee
bathrobe.
during ROA.
Oh,
You
that's
used
right.
to drink
Yeah.
your coffee and be cocky or some shit.
And
Like
then
drinking it.
the bathrobe eventually gravitated, or at least I'd gotten one for Joseph Cage. Remember the robe that I used to come out to?
Hmm.
Yeah.
I was
How
just
could we
watching some
forget?
of those the other day. We were watching some of the
Oh.
final year stuff, and like, man, you know, we
Yeah,
didn't hold
cringy.
out
Right.
our last year, did we? We went all out.
Well, speaking of going all out, I want to ask each of you individually, and maybe I'll start with my own. But what was your favorite Halloween costume? And the only reason I ask is because recently we were getting my little boy his Halloween costume this year, and he happened to pick a ninja because the ninja costume came with swords.
Ooh.
Well, it's funny because remembering back, I'm pretty sure I was a ninja for like 5 years in a row at one point
Wow.
when I was little. Because probably the same reason it came with like little, psi fucking swords. But I think my favorite one that I've ever done is when I was a little bit older. I decided to go as Pennywise, the clown.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
and it was the year of the clowns, where like clowns were like a big thing in the news. Like,
When was that? Like 16 or
yeah,
something?
2019, right? Something like that. Yeah.
no, it was
Was it
like
after that? Before that?
15, 16, somewhere
Yeah, that
around
was a
there.
big thing.
Big thing. Well, that year I happened to be Pennywise and was stopped by the police 3 steps from my driveway. So pretty much as soon as I cut off my property line, cops was there.
Oh
And
my.
they proceeded to question me what I was doing. They took my balloons away. And I talked to them the whole time without taking my mask off, which I just thought was so funny that here they are talking to me on the side street full costume, took my balloons away. I was pissed because I spent like $30 having like these really nice Mylar balloons blown up.
No, that's
Don't
when you
you
tell them to
understand? You
pay you
never
back.
take you. Yeah, you never take a clown's balloons.
Well, and I just stayed in gimmicks. So, like, for example, one of the questions was, "Well, where do you live?" And I literally turned around and pointed at my house. I said, "Right there." And she was just like, like, what, whatever.
Should have been
Again,
like,
it's
I hate
what,
that.
Dad?
Halloween. I wasn't out there on May 22nd. It's fucking Halloween.
Yeah, right. Everybody's dressed up for Halloween. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So
that's
that was
media
your
for
favorite.
you.
Was that your favorite costume,
I
would
think
you
that's my
say?
favorite costume because it legit got me heat from the police. And then later on through the night, I took a countless number of photos with people throughout that little neighborhood, which I thought was so cool.
I remembered. Yeah. Screech, what about you?
Um, Besides the Joker costume that I went for, I literally scared the shit out of people, dude. Like,
I could imagine. When did you
I had
do
to
that?
get
How
up at
long
like
ago was that?
5 a.m. to do that.
That's
That
commitment, folks. That's commitment
sucked.
right there.
Yeah. I think besides that one, I went as Angus Young one year,
Oh,
No,
fuck
you're
yeah,
shit.
dude. You had
which
the
was
Wow,
kind
I'd
perfect
of
like
hair
to
for
see.
that.
I'd like
which
to
was
see that costume.
kind of bad because I wore shorts and it was like the coldest fucking day ever. I
Figures.
remember that. And
Yeah.
only one person at my school, which was a teacher, knew who he was.
I
Uh,
could see you back in the day with your longish, like curly brown
Yeah.
hair. That would have been perfect.
I was wearing
yeah,
the Kango hat and shit
Yeah,
too.
the hat
Yeah.
and he
yeah.
like the little school outfit.
Yeah.
How long ago did you do the Joker one? Was that like right around after the movie came out in like '08, or was it like because I don't think you
Um,
did it at the time when you and I had met. Maybe you did.
no, I
I
was
don't
in high
remember.
school. I think I was in 11th
Okay.
grade, but it might have been
Okay.
10th.
Okay.
Cause yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, and there I think there was a point where everybody was the Joker a
Yeah.
couple, either that year or the years, following it, where it
The
was like, okay, you're the Joker. I mean, I was a Joker one year.
the
I
the
missed
face
that fad.
paint.
I didn't participate in that fad.
Yeah, I did. I
The,
mean, and it was one of them like you threw it together. Like I got some shit with my mom, and we fucking just threw it together. And listen, that's how most of my costumes were. So it was, I didn't mean to cut you off. So that was your favorite was the Joker one?
yeah, cause it was like the most.
Okay.
I did one for like when Mudvayne used to do makeup and shit. I dressed up as the lead singer, but it didn't turn out too well
Mm,
because my
Hmm.
hair is kind of like hard to keep sticking up. Well, it was, but
fair,
now it's really
fair.
hard. But
I would say to me, I mean, I was a vampire for about 6 years straight.
Avanti
Uh,
Sakala.
yeah. So, I had it. I had like this white shirt that I had, and my mother. We went to Doherty's Masquerade was out there in Syracuse. If
Oh
you're
God.
if you know that area for costumes, Doherty's Masquerade was for Spirit or any place like that. You had a Doherty's, and you had literally everything under the sun. I think it was pretty much. I think it was on the Boulevard. I don't know, Screech. You've been around. You know Doherty's Masquerade?
maybe.
They've closed since then.
Yeah,
But
I
long
don't.
story
I've
short,
never
anyway.
heard of it. Yeah.
Um, go in there and you have like was it Dracula used to wear like on his shirt there like a lapel or something, but it was like a stone or something like that. So I had one
Mm-hmm.
of those. I had a cape on. I had these fake teeth, and it was just simple. I did it for a long time, but I was a gangster one year. I went to Party City, and they had a gangster outfit. It was this shitty material. It was a blue and white pinstripe suit. I had a hat and a fake cigar. And I did that for a while, but I think my crowning achievement was Barney.
What?
Uh,
Oh.
I was Barney from about 16 to 25. I'm just kidding. I was Barney when I was younger, and it was one of those like I was baby. This wasn't like. adult sized Barney costume.
Mm-hmm.
But
Sure.
yeah, that's those are the ones. Yeah, those are the ones that stick out to me the most. I was also
I
JBL, the wrestler, one year,
That's
Oh
funny.
God.
and all I
That's
did
great.
was put on a cowboy hat and I had a replica belt and I walked around and said I'm JBL. That's what it was.
Nice. Yeah, I'm sure you got a lot of candy that year.
People are like,
Yeah,
huh?
no, no,
I
not
remember
many.
I actually went, I made a costume up one year. It was a few years ago. No Chin Man. It was like a superhero who had like no chin. That was it. I think I also went as
I
like
kind
Light
of
Bulb
remember you
Man.
saying that. Yeah.
Ooh,
Light Bulb
light
Man.
bulb
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
Yeah. It had
Yeah.
like a light bulb on the chest, but the
Love
shit
it.
didn't
Man,
dry, so I couldn't wear it. But
I'm telling you, Halloween is, you look back on it and it's like, man, you had so much fun as a kid, but now you're an adult and you're like, all right, well, if I dress up and go trick or treating again, it's obviously creepy. I shouldn't be dressing up unless I'm at my home handing out candy or I'm going to a Halloween party. But we asked our neighbors, we were like, so what do we do for Halloween? And like last year they had about 200 kids.
Holy
really, we don't get
shit.
shit here,
Yeah.
dude. I love
But
it.
well, I mean,
Not
but
really a kid
then
guy, so works out for me.
but then he was like, but it could vary. He said you could get 50, you could get 100. He said it changes from year to year. So I'm excited. I think it's our first Halloween here.
Well, and I was
It's
going to
gonna be
say, I
fun.
feel like in my point of view, from what I've experienced over the last, say, 10 years plus, I mean, compared to when I was, say, in middle school in the early 2000s, um, Halloween just seems like a dying holiday. It's like less
Yeah.
and less people every year. It's like between the weirdos that are out
I,
there
I,
and people not wanting to buy candy, I just feel like it's not as popular as it
Hmm.
was when
I
we were
feel
growing
like
up.
it's more popular for adults than it is kids now.
Yeah, it's
I
kind
feel
of like
like,
switched, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
like
I remember the
I
days.
don't usually watch horror movies, but like during Halloween, I watch a shitload of horror movies, and that's like the
Yeah.
only time of the month. And then like, I don't know, I get really into it
I
though.
Oh yeah, I remember as a kid, we were growing up, and all the kids you'd see out. So you'd have kids from other neighborhoods coming over. You'd invite your friends from school, say, "Hey, come on over trick or treating at my place." We got, it was
Right.
a gathering. Everybody. And I remember my shout out to Uncle Otto, my neighbor growing up. I grew up swimming in his pool when I was younger with his kids and everything, and we kind of ruled the street back then, and it was one of them things where it was like he'd always have hot dogs and stuff, and he'd be making them like right out on the lawn and everything. But it was an event, everybody
Right.
came to trick or
Right.
treat, But you're right, you see the last couple of years, it's really
Do you
either
think
people
it?
participate in it or they don't.
Do you think it's because people are scared that like their kids are gonna get kidnapped or something?
Or just like
I think we
weirdos
live
are
in
out. Yeah, I don't
yeah.
know.
But I feel like that's always been a thing. I think people just think it's more of a thing than it ever has.
I
But it's always
agree.
been
I
that way.
think I think we live in a world where being fearful is something that is going to be
It's outweighs the fun
question
of
is
everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
questioned by everybody. Like, oh man, I'm afraid to go, here because there's all these weirdos. But it's like, as you to your point, Screech, they probably have been there all along, but we
Yeah.
see it a lot more now because we
Yeah.
have the technology, we have the social media. So that plays a big factor. I mean, protect yourself at all costs, That's
Yeah.
Well,
the
Shut
thing
off
I
your social
I will
media.
say,
Yeah.
you know.
and to just add on that, I think financially it's a lot different. I mean,
Yeah.
looking back
Hmm.
at what we would used to do, either you would kind of cobble something together, make your own, or you'd have to spend, I don't know, maybe $50 to get like a Halloween store quality outfit. Now, dude, the mask alone, like a Freddy Krueger mask, for example, that alone's like $65.
That's
Let's see.
ridiculous.
So, for kids, it's like the parents aren't willing to spend the money that the kids want for the outfits that they want. So it's almost like, well, I'd rather just go to my buddies and hang out rather than trick or treat because my parents
Yeah.
aren't able to shell out, $100+ to get the costume that I want.
Yeah, I agree. I think money is that big factor. So I mean, I'm looking at you mentioned Freddy Krueger mask. So if you want like a legit looking scary Freddy Krueger, you got you got a silicone Freddy Krueger mask selling for $750.
God damn, dude.
Well, yeah, then you are Freddy Krueger at that point.
You
You might
know,
as well
but
just
right,
burn
but then
yourself.
you
Save the
got
money.
one you got well, just like the your burn victim joke.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
you know,
I'm not
you
gonna do
You got, oh, I didn't forget. Don't get me wrong.
it
You have a Freddy Krueger mask here for Spencer's for $17. You can't see it at home, but look at what you're getting for
But
$17,
I mean,
man.
that's not
again,
bad.
kids don't want
Right.
that
It
though.
looks like, but it
No,
looks like, if you were playing a Sega game, it looks kind of like it would be
kids wanna
that
look
quality.
legit what they're
Yes.
getting. You know,
Yes.
kids wanna look the part. You know, kudos. I'm all for the show. I'm all for it, but I'm not. I look at it. I'm sorry, but I'm not spending $750 on a Freddy Krueger mask. I
How
would
much?
spend that if 750
No,
on Etsy.
not that one. Uh, because I
But in
remember the
general, I
Scream
mean,
outfit, like when it came together, it was like 20,
well,
$30 when we were kids. I was remember
Right.
that.
Back in the
also
day,
granted,
yeah, you
That's
could
what
yeah,
get
yeah,
that.
everybody
yeah.
wore too.
Right. Right. That's
Now
what I'm
that
saying.
was the
For,
yeah, that was probably
$50, you
the
could get a decent
yeah.
costume.
Yeah, back then you could, and then now you walk in, you go to like a Walmart and look at the costumes, and you're like, this is the bottom of the barrel, you know. But
Yeah,
then you
and
get some that
kids
are
don't
real
want that.
nice. No,
Yeah.
they
Oh,
don't.
dude,
They want
it's still like
premium,
30
high
bucks.
quality.
That's still pretty decent price
Well, I mean, I
for
don't know.
adults.
I look at it like this the Scream for. I mean, really, all it is a black robe and a mask.
Yeah.
I mean that you
Fucking
know you
paper
could
thin, you can see through it.
yeah.
Wasn't it
So
like,
yeah. They
wasn't it?
used to make them with the heart. You could squeeze and the
Yeah,
blood
yeah,
Yeah,
would come
yeah,
yeah.
out
yeah.
the
I
mask.
had the scary movie one
35
with the tongue
bucks.
sticking out and shit.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
found it.
Where where like an accessory would be like here, if you can get this extra costume for $5. Now it's like, hey, you want the blood? That's gonna be about, you know, $500. And it's like, but why?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, but but they also know people will pay.
Right.
They should
That's
just
it.
YouTube and like, cause you can make blood yourself, like fake blood yourself.
Oh. I tell you, ever since my wife and we went to a Halloween party, I think it was a year ago, might have been a year before, and we were uh Mini Me and Dr. Evil.
Dude,
Yeah.
that was
And
so good. So good.
we were to a T. She went and got ball caps on Amazon. She went and we watched the movie religiously, which we already know that movie back and front because yeah, it's on all the time, you know.
Let me put it
But
to you
like, so
this way, cuz.
yeah, we specifically dressed up like them when they were in prison doing that
Oh, that's
montage. So
good.
we had these button-up shirts from Walmart. You know, we had the shoes that were very similar. We went and got some makeup and put it under the eye, and we committed. And we're sitting there and we're like, listen, not for nothing, but we're a shoe-in for the best. So, you know, they hand out a couple of these other awards, and I'm like, all right, now I know how these actors feel at the friggin' award shows. And they're like, my name hasn't been called yet. So it comes down to the final one, and we don't win. And I'm like, I felt like Michael Keaton putting the speech back in his pocket after he lost the Oscar for Birdman to
He did that?
Anthony or for Eddie Redmayne. Yeah, you watch and you can kind of see he
Ah,
puts it back in his and nothing against Eddie Redmayne. He was great as Stephen Hawking, but Michael
not an
Keaton was on a
original
whole
movie though.
no, but Michael Keaton was on a whole different level of
Yeah,
acting at that point.
that movie was
That
better
brought him
than
back. But
yeah.
anyway, you know, we ended up losing to a couple that was dressed as Beetlejuice and Lydia. Now, all they had on was a red suit and they did a little bit of face paint.
The
Oh, but steal
fuck?
my
We,
heart.
or it might not even been that one. I think oh no, we lost to these people that they were dressed like, they weren't dressed. It was another one we lost who people were dressed like minions, but these like most creative, and it was like these, those inflatable things that you see on the top of the buildings that wave
Yeah,
back and
yeah.
forth.
Oh yeah, they knew the person that was running the show. That's what happened.
Right, and I
Yeah.
said something, and
I hope they're listening.
I was kind of like, hey, like, what happened? And it was amongst the group. I didn't go
Of
to the people that
course
were
you
hosting the
did,
party.
son of a bitch. Of course
Good
you
But
for
it
you.
did.
was it was just kind of like, we should have won. I didn't say that to people hosting the party, but like we went into this knowing that we were there. We literally got there, and the first thing we did is we're checking people's costumes. We're like, yep, that's creative. All right, not so much over there. Oh, that guy's just wearing a hat. And then we see these.
Mhm.
I would say, the Beetlejuice people were our stiffest competition, but we blew them out the water. I mean, like, you're not gonna commit better than that. I mean, and
Right.
and ever since then, it was like I'm never gonna compete again at a Halloween party because
Tainted your experience.
you know what? I know what they say. It's an honor to be nominated, I guess is what they say. But no, that's Halloween. I mean, in a nutshell, Halloween I find it to be a very fun time. Um, I think it's a great time, but it's just at this point, it's like as an adult, I see what my mother and everybody they're like, okay, here we go, walk all these kids around, which that was what I miss. Is I liked walking with my little cousins and nieces and nephews as I got older,
Right.
just taking their candy because
Naturally.
they don't need it,
Right.
and you got to inspect it and make sure it's not contaminated, and
You got to test it for
you
COVID,
know
as I always say.
Right, exactly. Make sure that you got what I always hated was the change. You get like a nickel and a quarter, and I'm like, what am I gonna do
Who
with this?
the
Buy a
fuck gave
gumball?
that away?
Yeah, we had some people in my neighborhood that they gave out quarters and pencils.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Her husband is a dentist,
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
so he
Speaking
didn't want,
of
yeah.
always it being a good time, as much as I could sit here and talk about Halloween this whole episode, I suppose we should probably get into some of our articles for the day
Yes,
today.
but Screech, if you guys recall from the last podcast, Screech was supposed
Nope. I
to
retired, dude. Sorry.
He was supposed to tell us a joke today for the entire audience. I
Wanna set
believe
it
it was
up.
the jump joke.
Yeah, so I'm never doing the joke again, but it'll be recorded. I don't really like the joke, because it's just
If
sound
you want
effects.
to do something new, I'm fine
Yeah.
with that. I think the jump
No, I'll
joke is
do it.
better
I
that
said
we
I would do
don't.
it last time, so
Okay,
I think
okay.
it's I don't know. I did it. I
I
think I
will
said
say
it last
this.
time. I wrote it
This
in a
joke,
personal essay. So
right.
like,
This joke you're hearing is original Screech. He has gotten progressively better at his comedy than what he's about to display. But I think that
I
this
can
is to
remember it.
me one of my favoriteest
Favorite is
Screech Monroe jokes.
not even a word. Okay. Am I doing it
Favoriteest
now?
sounds great. Yeah, let's hear it.
Uh,
Or you can end with it and keep everybody with anticipation, but I say you do it to
yeah,
us
that way
now
they
and
won't
start the
shut it
show up.
off. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Well, we'll close with that
Let's
then. We'll close with
Alright,
it.
Yeah,
that
we'll
works for
close
me.
with the joke.
I
Okay,
do
we'll
remember
close. All
it.
right.
I mean, I did it
Good.
every
If you
single
don't,
fucking week, so
don't worry. I'm sure I've
till
got it
I
written down
till I
somewhere.
realized, oh, you're supposed to write. That's right.
Oh, fuck.
All right. I agree. And also I think we confirm no new updates on any of the articles we read last
I
time. I didn't
I I
find
didn't
any update.
I didn't look.
No,
Okay.
Yeah.
no, I haven't
Yeah,
seen
I didn't
anything.
see anything. Well, like I said, if we find something, we'll keep everybody in the loop. So yeah, who
Does
wants to oh go ahead. Sorry, buddy.
but does the shutdown of the government affect like their court dates and shit?
I guess it depends on what story. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's more I don't really know too much about that. If any of our listeners out there can answer that question for us, I don't really know if they're affected by it. I want to say no, but maybe.
It
I don't
it's
really
kind
know.
of weird like what they do and what they
What's shut down and
yeah.
what's not
Yeah,
shut
they
down.
pick
Yeah.
and choose some bullshit.
Like
Yeah.
food stamps like after this month they're going I don't have them but like I know from other people that they're like in November gonna go away.
Hmm.
Who knows? Who knows?
Cause
But without further ado, who would like to share first today?
Let's see here. I would suggest, you know what, Screech? Since we were gonna do your joke and then we faked everybody out, maybe you should go first with your article today.
yeah.
Okay, let me look it up
So
real quick.
so, so I looked it up. Yeah, court dates are affected because of the shutdown.
Oh, oh, there you go.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
actually, I also have to look it up. I don't really want to
We're
read
not
it because it doesn't
we're
seem
not
like
hiring you as like a
present.
researcher, so don't think that, okay?
Oh, dang it. I was really hoping to get
It's not
paid.
in the budget.
Really
Wait,
struggling over
you're the
here.
only one not getting paid? Oh,
The
Oh,
sorry.
fuck?
whoops.
Sorry.
What's that? What's that X over here? Oh, okay.
You think that we took that money to buy the software? We pocketed that. Who are you kidding, pal?
Mm-hmm.
No,
All
we did
right.
not.
So, this happened in April. Uh, so there was a dead dude, right? On the train. Uh, just chilling, being dead and all. And
What's your
this one.
headline, motherfucker?
Yeah, I don't want to read it like that. Ah,
Oh,
fuck. Okay. Man charged with attempted rape of person who died on the New York subway.
oh
Well,
no.
See,
damn.
I wanted to lead up to it, but it's cool. Um,
I don't think you can lead up to it. That's just, I'm intrigued.
yeah. I mean, sure the guy
Let's
wasn't.
continue.
All right. Yeah. Well, he was dead and all that. I don't know the guy's name. Cause I read this once. But the dude that wait. Okay. So the dude's name is Felix. Again, I won't say his last name because
Privacy.
he probably did it because he's probably lonely. I don't know. But he basically raped a dead body on a train. Trying to see if there's anything about the guy. See, started out so
Wait a
well.
minute. I'm sorry. He did what?
He raped a dead dude on a train, and then I think they robbed him too.
Somebody was already dead
It was
and
in
he,
the train was traveling from Brooklyn to Manhattan.
Oh, no surprise there then.
oh my.
Yeah,
Okay, so authorities in New York charged a man with attempted rape after surveillance
it took
video
him 3 weeks to find
taken.
him. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Showed him
Uh,
performing sexual acts on an unresponsive passenger who was
Holy.
later determined to have died. Holy crap, man.
he did not enter a plea. I
Hmm.
don't know what that means. Aren't you supposed to, isn't it like smart to, I mean, from what I've seen
I mean, they
video, it's smart to say not
recommend a
guilty
plea
because then
deal.
they have to do their job. Because if you say
Y-
guilty, that means that they don't have to do their job. So always say do your job so you can probably get out of it. I mean, this guy seems like he needs to go to
I
jail.
think a lot of times with the plea deals is it's like the attorney general
Oh,
or
plea.
prosecutor
Okay.
or somebody is like, oh, hey, we can give you this lesser charge if you admit to X, Y, and Z. So, but a lot of times a plea is just to kind of help the the
So,
perpetrator, in a sense. I don't know if help's a word, but
so what
commute
it
their
says,
sentence.
so what it says is he was the victim was on the train, which like for a couple hours before he became unconscious.
Hmm.
Also, I should have read this.
Wow.
But yeah, he was like a 37-year-old named George Gonzalez, or is it? Yeah,
Jorge. Jorge.
that's it. George. What an idiot. Go back to school. Uh, he was a father who immigrated. Holy shit. To well here from Mexico. Uh, with his wife. Blah blah blah. In hopes of a new life. La
And
da da
and this
da.
victim was the one who emigrated to the United States?
Yeah. But
Oh.
meanwhile, they're kicking them all out because they have whatever.
Yeah,
So
it
essentially
said,
it sounds like the guy passed out on the train at some point,
yeah.
Yeah.
died, And then it looks like this Felix guy, either him and somebody else or just him, they tried to
I
like
yeah, some of them robbed
rob
him,
him.
but that dude
Yeah.
definitely was like, "Oh, this is gonna be exciting."
Yeah,
It
Right.
what I read is that police allege that Rojas showed up on the train about a half an hour later and performed abusive acts, stopping and resuming as the train made stops and other
Oh
passengers
my
got on and off.
God.
Quote, after seeing that the victim continued to remain motionless, the defendant decided to take advantage of the situation, end quote. Antonio Melanciana, the assistant district attorney, said during the arraignment.
I wonder
So
if he
there's
knew he
this,
was dead.
I, I don't know, man. I don't know,
Yeah,
but
who
he
That
was
was
knows?
fucking
discovered.
crazy.
A transit worker discovered the man motionless on the
Crazier.
floor. So
Hmm.
they have not made it clear when he died, and the cause of death has not been released. So they're right there. They're not sure if he was dead or alive.
Uh,
But just the
Probably wanted to
gumption
be
that
after.
this guy had it in his mind that I'm gonna do. I don't. That stuff baffles me.
That's fucked
How
up.
that kind of stuff happens,
Yeah,
man. Like how that shit happens.
And leave it to be on a New York fucking train, of course. Of course it was.
it was like in the beginning of April. Says,
So
I
like
mean,
springtime.
yeah, it's still cold out.
apparently, yeah, he lost consciousness by 10:50 p.m. according to the security camera video. So he could have been out. So I mean, this must have unfolded, in the wee hours of the night then,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was
you
like
know.
10:30
So
at night. It
yeah,
said
so he was lose
10:50 p.m.
consciousness at yeah, so that means that this Rojas guy showed up after 11.
Yeah,
So I
Right.
mean, this guy could have been, I mean, condolences to his family and everything, but that is wild.
Who's out here humping dead bodies on a subway train?
I I don't know,
Like
but like
what the
there's
fuck?
it's
Fucking
just
Jorge.
scary.
Poor
It's
Jorge.
scary, man. Yeah, it's scary to get on the subway,
Oh
you
God.
know?
You're taking
it,
your life in your
And
hands with that shit.
yeah, I tell you,
especially at night.
it's
Oh, especially at night.
I'd be so worried. I mean, that's the thing is like I'm very surprised you don't have things in place where you have, police in each,
They
train
used
car or
to.
something like that,
I think they used
you
to.
know. I mean, I remember after 9/11, security really strengthened after 9/11 everywhere,
I'm
And
also
it's
going
like,
off
but
of like movies where I always see cops on like trains and shit
Right,
in New
right.
York City.
I mean,
So
it's possible, you get those marshals on some of the airplanes, I mean,
yeah,
anything's possible, but that is that is an interesting story. And
Screech, I don't like that one.
well, the
yeah,
one I was gonna tell was kind of similar, but it happened a couple of years ago.
That's a heavy hitter to start us out this week.
Uh,
yeah,
Well, I should say this month, the month of October, Screech opens us our holiday episode with
Body
a
horror,
heavy,
you know?
yeah, a heavy hitter.
that's scary, man. But wow, thank you for your analysis of
For
that
you not
one.
being able to sleep tonight? You're
Yeah,
welcome.
thanks for
It
digging that one up, buddy.
yeah, it definitely did not sound like you just found it.
No, God, no. Did he even read it? Probably not.
No,
You've
not at
been
all.
preparing for this article for 5
Well, the
months.
one I wanted to tell, I like heard at a bar,
Oh,
but like it
God.
happened a couple of years ago. It was like this chick
Well,
went to like a
do
doctor's
tell,
office and she had like like some kind of like thing on her face, like a
goiter.
rash of some sort. And
Mm.
she found out because she went on like a Tinder date or something like that, and the the like she went to the doctors to see what happened. Like he kissed her or whatever, and
The
she found
doctor
out
kissed her?
that no, the date Tinder, the Tinder date,
I'm
I guess.
Okay,
confused.
okay.
So like and she got that rash on her face, so she went to like the doctors to see what like why she had the rash, and like I guess like necrophilia, they get like rashes and stuff. For like, yeah, and that's how she
But
found
I
out that
thought,
he was into
mm,
like dead people.
oh,
Oh,
wow.
God. Well,
Yeah,
that was a couple of years ago, Screech, so that story's disqualified.
yeah.
But I
um,
mean, I don't know. This also is a story that he shared with us from April.
that's true. That's true.
But hey,
Not
you know
much going
what?
on in Syracuse.
It's been pretty quiet up there.
Yeah,
Ever
just
since
the
Trump
wind
came in,
blowing.
dude, he's got crime to zero.
Yeah, I've been cleaning up the streets. Beautiful up there. New York, wonderful place. I got a home up there, some buildings, wonderful
Lot of
friends. A great place
criminals.
to be.
A
A
lot of
lot of
criminals.
criminals, a lot of criminals, but don't worry, we're gonna get rid of them one by one, like I always say. One's
Yeah,
gonna
and then
go,
nothing
another one's
fucking
gonna come. We're gonna get rid of
happens.
them.
Broken
Yeah. Uh-huh.
promises.
All right.
Listen, I'm
Well,
not a political
Yeah, yeah.
guy, but
yeah.
I
hey,
mean,
Moving on from
I get
Screech's
yeah.
irritated.
train wreck. Pardon my
All right.
pun.
Oh, dun dun dun.
Joe, why don't you bring us to the state of Florida and
I will.
explain what you were able to
All
dig up
right.
for us?
So this article is actually rather recent. It's from October, which we're in now, but it's like, a couple of weeks here at the beginning of October. So, headline: Florida teen accused of shooting himself in the leg while faking his own kidnapping.
Oh
Okay.
God.
So, NBC News says a Florida teenager is facing charges after allegedly faking his own kidnapping and shooting himself in the leg as part of the hoax, according to officials. So, there's this young 17-year-old boy named Caden from a town called Citrus Springs, Florida, was arrested and charged on Tuesday. So, today's October 18th. So, Tuesday. And today's also Saturday, with presenting false evidence, shooting into a convenience, making a false report of a crime, and possession of a firearm as a minor in connection with the September incident. So it happened back in September.
Oh, yeah.
So in the kidnapping, I guess he had purchased equipment at Walmart and he searched on Chat GBT about Mexican cartels and collecting his blood without causing pain.
Oh.
So he was really trying to do this. The Mexican cartels, I I think that one right there is, I think he was probably going for the, okay, how do we make it seem like a cartel gave a hit on me? Is kind of what I'm starting
Oh,
to gather
okay.
from that,
Okay.
you know.
But they
Uh,
would just kill
so
him,
he
wouldn't they?
right, or some I don't
Hold them
know.
I
for
mean, I guess
This
it's
was
his
ransom or
age.
some
He's
shit.
naive. So
Yeah.
yeah.
He's bonded out of jail, so he's out. But so according to his arrest, he texted his parents and younger brother in a group chat on September 25th saying that he was shot. So he texted him and said, "Hey, I've been shot."
Oh boy.
He said, and quote was, "I need help being shot at. Four Hispanics armed, white van, one driver. I'm hit." End quote. The text read, according to the affidavit. So he had said that he was shot by four Hispanics
And he's able to text
in
all that while he's
in a
running.
white van. I don't know. No, I don't think he's running. I think he's in his truck or car or something at this point
Uh,
in time.
Hmm.
So authorities were dispatched to his location, and they found a bullet hole through the windshield of his gray truck. Suspected blood, and they found his phone severely damaged, drag marks in the dirt, and bicycle tracks leading away from his car. So take it back, and it says that they found drag marks. So it seems like he probably had staged it to where it looked like he was getting dragged out of his car or something. I bet you is what he was trying to
Oh
do.
Jesus.
Could you just imagine though? I mean that's like something that plays out in a fucking movie,
Looks like
Well,
he
you
just
know?
like watched Ozark and took a couple of notes. But
well, I guess I'm just confused. Does it say in the article, Joe, why this kid was trying to fake his own kidnapping? What is the
So
point
yeah,
of
we're
this?
getting down to it. There's a couple more things I want to hit on here. So I mean, they got so many people involved for this. You had FBI, the sheriff's office, Florida Department of Law Enforcement, and the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation.
Oh
So
God.
the ones that are out there, doing all that kind of stuff, they get called in. They even used helicopters, issued an Amber Alert, and I remember I got an Amber Alert, and my wife may say we were sitting down, we were watching something, and I was like, because it goes off for your phone no matter where you are, you
Yeah.
get this big Amber Alert,
Yeah.
and I was like, holy shit, found or missing, and I didn't put two and two together. Now that I read this, I go, okay. So on September 26th, they ended up finding him. So they couldn't find him for a while.
Hmm.
They could not find him. So they found him September 26th. He was in a parking lot adjacent to a Winn-Dixie and an Advanced Auto Parts in Williston, Florida. So he was found armed with his father's gun, a bicycle, and other belongings. And he said the bicycle was not his. He said it was dumped with him by the kidnapper. So the kidnappers left him the bike, is
Oh,
what he says. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. He claimed on his way home from school that when the white van pulled up next to him, caused him to pull off to the side of the road where his car was left, where he was kidnapped.
Hmm.
So my biggest question was, okay, so the gunshot wound to the right leg. All right. So he had the gunshot wound on his right leg that shattered his femur and required medical treatment.
Jesus,
So
that's
when he was,
commitment,
yeah.
buddy.
Yeah, when he was asked, he said it occurred about 30 minutes prior and right before he was dumped on the side of the road.
Jesus.
Yeah, they started interviewing him and they started, he started sputtering spontaneously. They dumped me, they shot me, they left me. You know, they asked him, said, okay, well, what about your gun? He said, when asked what gun the suspect was shot with, he confirmed it was his father's firearm. So they must have taken his gun and
Right.
shot him in the leg, is what they're, because they probably did not come armed. Because why would they?
Also,
Why
they
would a
probably wouldn't come with a shotgun. They'd come with like heavier artillery, right?
I don't know. Only thing when I think of, people coming out of a van is in old school when Will Ferrell and all them guys are hopping out of the van trying to get, the people in the van for their, he's like, "Come on, Blue," and he just walks Blue to the van. It's just all that I picture.
Well, you can tell
But
the kids watch too many movies. I mean, come
oh
on.
man, yeah. They found that so he ended up buying the bike, of course, got camping supplies, and then they found a tent and a sleeping bag. So he bought all this stuff. So he had planned it, but they found a Gatorade bottle near him, which contained his blood. So he did take his own blood, and then they believe he put his own blood in the bottle and sprayed it near the abandoned truck.
Oh my God.
So yeah, he really went into. He asked ChatGPT again how to take blood out of myself for medical purposes without it hurting. So I mean, it's crazy. So long story short, his parents told authorities that he mentioned wanting to run away a few months ago, but there were no recent signs he wanted to run away.
Ah.
So they reached out for them for comment. They couldn't find anything. So they honestly do not know. It just seems like he wanted to run away, and it kind of seems like start uh, a life over. But it's kind of thinking, this kid committed. I mean, he went through. If you ever get a chance to see a movie, it reminds me of the movie Gone Girl. I know it's got a girl's perspective, but Gone Girl is a movie with Ben Affleck, David Fincher, 2012, 13, maybe might have been. Don't quote me on the year, but
I saw that
what
with you in
happened in
theaters.
yeah,
I
what
saw
happened
that with
in
you and Josh.
yeah, and what happened with that movie was, Ben Affleck's wife fakes her own, death to
Yeah.
try to, get back at him or go on her own or something. So,
So he can't leave her, essentially, I think.
right.
Think
And it's just
so.
crazy. You look at this, so it just seemed like the kid wanted to get away.
Oh, he'll be facing
You know,
charges for sure. I
oh yeah,
Yeah, I
mean,
mean, he's
he
got the FBI that had to
unlawfully
come out.
he awfully
yeah.
possessed his father's firearm as a juvenile, discharged it into his father's vehicle, fabricated evidence, and willfully sent his family false information by text message. So, yeah, that's some serious stuff that he's gonna have. The question will probably be his 17. Are they gonna try him? If say it does go to trial, do they charge him as an adult or do you charge him as a teen? Because I think there's
Probably
some.
not. As a teen, probably.
There was somebody down here that unfortunately was an accidental gun went off, and I believe I don't know, and they decided to try him as an adult. I mean, that's the stuff, man. It's a scary world we live out there, but I thought that was something that I was like, I saw this, and the commitment that he did. You shot your own self in the leg, man. That is at 17 years old. That's probably not an easy thing to do.
Talk about going all out for a Halloween costume.
Yeah, there you
A
go.
kidnap
Yeah,
victim.
but unfortunately did not work. So, yeah, I'll keep everybody posted on that one to see if we get any further updates there. But yeah, that was interesting story to come out here in the state of Florida. So,
That's so
yeah,
Florida, it's not even funny.
Yeah.
A
yeah.
kid fakes his own kidnapping, shoots himself in the leg, and then eventually gets found by all these organizations. Come to find out he just wanted to run away and start a new life, so this was his
Yeah.
plan.
Yeah, and not executed very well. I mean, don't get me wrong, as I say, the kid had some wild ideas and probably, for him to go for some time without getting caught. I mean, he thought of everything. It's just some things just didn't add up to come into play. And you know what? Unfortunately, it's one of them things where you're probably gonna serve some time. But I look forward to seeing what's next from that story, and I'm sure it'll unfold to more. So we'll keep everybody updated on that. So
I think just something that we're overlooking as well here is maybe a bigger issue, the use of Chat GPT to do bad fucking shit. Like
yes,
for him to
yeah,
be able to essentially type into a prompt how to fake crimes or how to fake a crime scene, you start to question, well, is that information that Chat GPT should be, very simply giving out? Probably not. And not that it worked this time, but who's to say it wouldn't work a different time? So I don't know. I think
yeah,
there's a moral question there whether or not, certain things should be almost like if you were to put like how to drink bleach into Google and Google will
Mhm.
prompt you, hey, here's a self help phone number. Like there almost needs to be a circumventing process of, I mean, especially faking fucking crime scene evidence. Yeah, I don't know. Just very, very interesting use of technology. And it's a little scary because I think it's only going to get worse from here on out.
yeah. I There was a story, and I was trying to find it, but there was a story that I guess somebody had committed, unfortunately committed suicide, and they had typed it into ChatGPT, and I guess ChatGPT gave them ways to do it. So the investigation is, who becomes held responsible for that?
Right.
And don't get me wrong, I've used ChatGPT and I use ChatGPT, but I use it for, questions I might have. Like if I want to generate like a logo for something, I sometimes type it into ChatGPT, hey, pull something up, or oh, can you correct this sentence for me? Because I don't want to edit it myself, but
Right.
it can be a scary thing,
Jesus.
and there was on October, there was a boy actually down here in Florida. He was arrested allegedly asking ChatGPT how to kill my friend.
Right. I feel like there
Yeah,
should be things in there that prevent
yeah,
certain prompts from going to a certain extent. I don't know.
yeah,
Screech, what do you
yeah,
think? Fuck it.
yeah.
Mhm.
Do you use
No,
Chat
he wasn't
GPT,
listening.
Screech?
No, I just use Google. And that's all I need.
Yeah. Well,
Nice.
regardless, Joe, keep us updated on that one. We'll have to see how that
Absolutely, yeah,
goes.
yeah. But let's move on to yours, good sir.
Well, not necessarily saving the best for last, but I do feel like we're staying on theme with the Halloween holiday today. Here's my headline for you. Ohio police, quote, pursue runaway giant Halloween pumpkin in hilarious body cam chase. And this was published October the 13th, 2025.
Was that a Friday?
It was a Monday. It was published.
Oh, it would have been something.
So over here in Parma Heights, which I have no idea where Parma Heights is, but that's where this story takes place. The subject of an Ohio police pursuit took off down the road, a flash of orange in the darkness, but officers eventually caught up and grabbed the escapee, a runaway inflatable pumpkin as tall as them. Body camera footage from the Parma Heights Police Department in Northeast Ohio shows an officer struggling to grasp the floored gourd as he described to a clearly amused colleague how he had chased it down early when it kept blowing away. Quote, and when I went to grab it over here, it just took off. Quote, he says, I was pretty much in pursuit. After some more struggles attempting to deflate the decoration, multiple officers squished it into a police car. One guy says here, I've never seen that before. One can be heard saying of the Halloween inflatable packed tightly into the back seat. Police also said that they then returned it to the home where it was displayed. So essentially, this giant, I mean, giant, and if you look in the picture, it's already halfway deflated and
Yeah.
it's still as tall as the guy. So this has got to be one of those Home Depot fucking 20-foot tall decorations, right? And here in
Yeah.
Ohio, especially in the northern part of Ohio, it's very flat. So the wind is like crazy strong, and we've had some wind lately. It's no question in my mind because we have a 20-foot Santa Claus that sometimes we put out for Christmas. Well, the last couple of years we haven't been putting it out because the wind is so bad. Cue this year with this pumpkin, it's no doubt I could see it coming loose, going down the street, a fucking 20-foot pumpkin, and the police having to chase after this thing and deflate it. And my favorite part of the story is that they shove it in the back of a police car like a criminal.
You think they cuffed it?
I had to have.
Pepper sprayed
Yeah.
it.
Credited its
I thought
rights.
I thought initially when you were reading this, I literally thought that it was someone in a Halloween fucking costume running. And I
Yeah.
immediately thought
Uh,
to last month's story that maybe our friend decided that he was changing up his outfit and started robbing pumpkin patches
right.
now
Instead of Chuck E.
is what
Cheese,
it
he was the Great
uh-huh.
Pumpkin.
Yeah, the great. That is a interesting story. That's a good one. I mean, I can just imagine, you seeing that blowing down the street. It's like, what the hell's going on here?
Well, and it's just funny because I'm assuming Parma Heights is a relatively small community. So for them, this was probably like a story. Like, hey, there was
Was
this
there
big
9/11?
pumpkin. I don't know about that.
What?
But yeah, a story nonetheless here to kind of mash in with our Halloween theme. But I thought it was funny, and it was from, again, October 13th. So just a couple of days ago as we record this. So very, very
I liked
recently.
it. I liked it.
Just a funny, lighthearted thing. Again, if this was something that I could have seen, cops chasing this thing down with their lights on and shit, I'd have liked that. It
Yeah,
sounds
I'm
like a
pulling it up.
GTA
They
side
should
scenes.
add like
Yeah.
the Archie Bunker song, like the do 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 when it's running after it. That'd
I
be
think
great.
that would be a hell of a sight to see.
Yeah,
But
Tom
you're
Hanks
right. I
is gonna
mean,
be in the movie.
yeah, right. It's going to be directed by, Clint Eastwood, and Tom Hanks is going to play the inflatable pumpkin.
right.
And it's going to be hailed as the greatest Halloween movie ever made,
Right. The
you
one
know?
that rolled away.
Or-
That's the title.
Yeah, or it'll be turned into a freaking horror movie. And
Ooh.
this is what it's going to start. It's going to come to life because the Halloween goblin gods or something wanted it to come to life and terrorize anybody that doesn't have a fucking pumpkin on their porch.
From the
So,
making of Leprechaun.
oh my God, this is it, the movie you've been waiting for. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh my
This
God.
would literally be the real pumpkin caper is what it would be.
Oh,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right.
I'd watch it.
Squished.
Screech.
Get
Yeah.
squished this Halloween.
Ah.
Hmm.
And then you
My
have somebody,
eye.
yeah, you have somebody in the movie that, sees it and they go, "Oh my Gourd." That's
I think we got our title for this month's episode.
uh,
I think we
yeah,
just fucking
yeah,
coined it.
yeah. Oh my Gourd. There we go. So I think then we have to put this week's winner for the article. I would say, Screech, if you can agree. Not yours,
Damn.
unfortunately. Um,
But it had a lot
Mike.
of heart.
No, no, it did.
No,
It
it
did have
didn't
a
at
lot
all.
of heart.
No, it had
Yeah.
no heart.
No, unfortunately your story has flatlined. Um,
Oh,
I think it goes to Austin for his Halloween themed story. So
yeah,
we're not gonna keep
lighthearted, you know?
we're not gonna keep record, but I'm 1-1. Screech, you're 0-2. And Austin, you're also 1-1. So,
Screech has got
I
to
don't want to
come
keep score.
correct next month. Screech, you better have your article fucking memorized, written down, bullet pointed
I don't
next
think
month.
we should do the what headline anymore.
No, I feel like
Oh,
that's part of it.
Yeah, but
I thought
I
he
feel
was
like
gonna
it also
say,
like tells people what it already is
yeah,
too.
but I think it's in the details of your story is
Exactly.
really
I
what
feel
makes
like
it
Yeah,
shine.
I'd
that's what
rather
gets
just
you.
do that and then not do the
That's fair. You can
yeah
do that. I mean, you can just
yeah
choose to read your story. I'm not gonna listen,
yeah
but
yeah like you do anyways, right?
huh?
Like you do anyways.
What?
Who?
Hmm?
Yeah, haha, I get you.
Well, before we get off the rails here, gentlemen, I have to say that I'm glad that we're going with the the lighthearted story over the dead body raping and false kidnapping story.
Yeah.
Which
This is
hey,
a
I mean
dark episode.
it's Halloween, right? You got to have some tricks with some treats. You got to have some scares with some smiles. And I
Mhm.
think we covered that for this month's episode. I'd say that, all things considered, we went through some good old stories. We read some good old news articles, and
I would say
we're going to cap it off with a good old joke.
didn't do.
Joe.
Ladies and gentlemen, without further
Yeah, I'll do
ado,
it.
we
All right.
present to you Screech
Ah,
Monroe.
coffee break, everybody.
Come on,
Listen,
Roby.
you're in for a
What?
treat.
Oh, name calling, huh? All right. There, cut it out. All right.
Didn't do.
So the
That was
year
it.
was 2003. I had just got home from a lovely day at school. I say that with a lot of sarcasm. Now, what do you do when you get home? Yeah, you go to the bathroom. So I just throw my shit to the other side and I go, la di da di da. I'm peeing. You can't see it. La di da di da, la di di di. And then what do? I don't remember. But you go outside and, these four dudes came up to me and they're like, to meet your mother. Wait, fuck, wow. I haven't done this joke in like 10 years. Wait, I fucked a lot of that up. All right, so we'll go back to the peeing part. I'm having fun with it. Fuck it. We'll go back to the peeing part. What do you do after that? You go to sleep. So I'm like, me, 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 me,
That's
me,
how
me,
he
me. But my
really sleeps,
mom, she
folks.
got home and she scared me and she slams my door and she's like, go to the grocery store. So I was like, all right, cool, I guess. Um, and I go to the grocery. I'm going to the grocery store, and on my way there, these four dudes come up to me, and they're like, "Where you going?" And I'm like, "To meet your mother." They punched me. So much for sense of humor. I thought it was pretty funny, but then again, I think it's funny when somebody pees in front of a European church. So yeah, that's the end of my career.
Love
I'm
it.
telling you, man.
It's too quiet.
It Parts of that story change,
Well, I mean, I
but
kind
it's
of like just being
fantastic.
myself a little bit, yeah.
No, that's why I
More
think I
myself,
truly
less
and
of the script. Yeah, that's how it works
you
nowadays.
can criticize, but that truly to me, when you had first done that joke, I was like, holy shit, I get this guy's humor. It's not gonna be for everybody, but it's for me,
Yeah, it's very
and I think
silly
that's the
and weird.
best. It's
Yeah,
silly
but I
and
like that.
weird.
I like that
It's
about me.
got, it's got like a Stephen Wright to it, where it's kind of like, you don't give a shit what you're gonna say. You'll find a way to make it fun. And the reason I use Stephen Wright is your presence on stage was
Yeah, I do
very
use a microphone.
reminiscent of him.
Doesn't he?
You know,
Yeah, I don't really move a lot,
Steve,
do I? I don't move
no,
on
Stephen
stage.
Wright didn't move much either.
Yeah, I
But
don't
if
really
you
move.
out there
I
at home, if you don't know who Stephen Wright is, he's the master of puns when it comes to comedy. Like he's got a joke about like, a
I
pair of
lost a
skis or
buttonhole.
something.
That line is so
Yeah.
good.
But yeah, I mean, your comedy, like I said, appeals to a select audience, and that's what
Yeah,
matters the most because your shit's funny, and I mean it.
yeah,
And whether I mean, I don't want to say it doesn't appeal to a larger or different group, but like there's something you can find at to laugh in your joke, whether people want to admit it or not. So there's a lot of fun you have. Plus, you just enjoy doing it. You don't give a fuck. So that's why I love it the most.
Well,
yeah. That took me a long time to get there, but not give a fuck. But
well,
Yeah.
and I think,
it's all about staying present and in the moment. Because if you get out of the moment, no matter what you're doing,
All
it's
right.
kind of gonna not be perceived well by
Mm-hmm.
you or
well,
anyone else.
and I think that goes for anything, but I think one
Yeah,
of one of my favorite parts of just Screech as a person is how underrated his sarcasm is. Like,
Yeah.
I'm the king of it.
especially,
I
oh,
think
dude, well,
I think it's because I'm
especially,
so like straight faced when I say it that people don't know I'm being serious. I've actually had people like not like me at work because of that. I don't really care because
well, and
don't
just
matter. But
your timing, Screech, when you deliver shit
yeah,
like that, you give the opportunity for people to miss it. So some people do,
yeah,
but the ones that don't catch it and they just like it derails the whole conversation. Like, what did he just say? And
yeah.
to me, that's some of my favorite stuff that you do.
Yeah.
My
Is that
buddy.
it? Yeah.
No, go ahead, Joe, because I don't even
No,
know if
no,
this is
no, no,
gonna go
no.
out there.
Carry on, carry
What
on.
I
Yeah,
was
go
gonna
ahead, buddy.
say is like my buddy tells me, and it's kind of accurate, that I'm in my own world no matter what the situation is. So I know what's happening, but I can't tell that you can't, kind of thing, if that makes sense. Like I can't tell that you can't because I'm not really paying attention and probably
Yeah,
No.
I care, but I don't. Yeah.
that's the you not giving a fuck,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and that's the thing that appeals to me. And you understand it from comedy. You know that you're
Yeah.
not gonna be the best every time you go out there and do a set, but you go out there and you treat it as if it's your preparation is minimal.
Yeah.
Your preparation is okay. Your preparation is okay. I wrote the fucking joke.
Yeah.
That's the prep, and then you get
Kind of
on
like how I do the
stage.
news articles.
Yeah,
Right,
right, exactly.
and you read it, you do your joke, but you generally can see that you're having fun, and I
Yeah.
think that's the best part is like if you're the kind of guy you get one or two laughs from some schmuck like me and in Austin, you're riding on that, like because it's all about that. You're the type of guy that listen, somebody's laughing at it, and that's the thing about it is like shame on all those people that have said at your shows like you did it. Remember that Pete Davidson didn't show up show that you did,
It's
you
not so much that it
know?
didn't show up. He kind of got told not to show up, I think.
Right, but somebody
Out
made a
of
comment
bullshit.
next
Yeah,
to it,
yeah. Yeah, fuck that
you
person.
know, and they were like, I don't remember exactly
Yeah,
what
they
they
thought it was
said,
an
but
open mic night or something. That's what he
and
said.
then I think I or my wife even turned around and we were like, no, it's not an open mic night. This is what, and
Yeah.
it's just like shit like that. It's like,
Oh, wait, so
I
can
didn't
you
hear him.
explain that story? Because not only do our listeners not know, but I don't know. I
yeah,
don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, me? Oh, okay. I got it. So Pete Davidson, it was like a year or two after he jokingly said on, I think it was Howard Stern, Syracuse sucks.
He's
because
not
he
wrong.
was filming a movie, right, at the
But yeah, he's
time.
not wrong. So people should just, I don't know, go about their business. Like, and like, yeah, yeah, I think he was filming,
Big Time Adolescence,
yeah,
I
that
think.
one, Big Time
Yeah,
Adolescence, which was a good movie. I liked it. But like, so
didn't see
like,
it.
he wasn't even on the show, I think. I think he was producing it. But the fact that his name was on it,
No, he
I
was in
think
it. He was in
he
it.
was supposed to be there. I don't know if he
He
was.
was in the movie. He was
No,
in
I'm
the
talking
movie.
about at Funk and Waffles because the show was supposed to be at Funk and
Oh,
Waffles,
okay.
and I don't think he was on it, but I think he promoted it. Like
His
it was
name
his
was
promotion.
tied to
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
I
But they
thought it was
canceled it,
because
and we got
he was
lucky.
supposed to do like a private show, but he got pulled over for weed.
No, that happened while he was shooting the movie. I
Okay.
think him and
Well, yeah, I remember that show. It was like,
Machine Gun Kelly both got pulled over.
No,
They were
I think
also
it was
tripping, I
like
think.
I think
I
the
heard.
title was like we booked this show because Pete Davidson
Oh, I didn't know
or
that.
we yeah,
Uh,
it was like there was
Joe
a title
Driscoll
for
like
it and
wrote a whole
everything.
thing about like how proud he is of us, but I think it was Joe
Who?
Driscoll. Joe Driscoll? I'm saying his name wrong
Oh,
probably.
I
Some
don't know
guy.
him.
So essentially, if I'm getting this correct, it was essentially either a show that had Pete Davidson on it or was promoted by him.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And he didn't come, so what? They just had
They just
some
got a whole bunch
local
of local guys.
people to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it
but
was
there
a
was
good
like
time.
6 or 7 of us.
And Screech,
Um,
you were one of them, so it wasn't
yeah.
open mic night where anybody just walks up. You were
Yeah.
picked.
Yeah, I got
So
paid for it, I think actually.
Right.
yeah.
I did get paid for it.
Yeah,
I
that's the thing
gotcha.
is I've
I
seen Screech
gotcha.
perform, in these different places and like, he's where's the furthest you've gone to perform?
So the thing is like open mics, I feel like they're a different breed. When I do shows, it's a lot like I'm not always I'm not like what am I trying to say? It's easier for me to like get the crowd to be on my side than it is to
Right.
like at an open mic. Because open mic, I'm trying stuff and like it's not always gonna
Right.
hit.
It's new material that,
Like I got a show
you
tomorrow. I mean it'll be after before this airs, but
well,
in
we'll have
Binghamton.
to chime in on it. Yeah. Are you invited to
Uh,
that one?
I had to send a video in for it. It's a festival,
Hmm.
but
Very nice.
yeah, it's a lot of local guys. But there's the people that I'm on it with. I'm pretty happy because I like their humor, so I'm kind of
That's where
happy I
it
got this
starts,
show.
man.
Got this
It
part. Yeah.
starts in that local level, man. You just keep, duking it out, keep having fun with it, and
Quick question before we end. Do you guys want to do like what was your favorite horror movie?
Of
Like if you
course,
we
have
it's
one.
can
Halloween. Of
Yeah,
course.
to
yeah,
end it kind
yeah.
of.
Are
Yeah.
you saying like of all time?
Uh,
Because I haven't seen
right
too
now, I
many this
guess.
year. I haven't seen
Not
too
right
many
now,
right
not
now.
like as in this year, but like, what's your favorite movie, horror movie, as of like it could change, but
Oh,
right now,
okay.
Oof, that is so tough.
Barney.
that was scary, dude.
Joe dressed up as Barney in middle school.
Woo!
I want to be my friend.
With like
Yeah.
the fake blood on
Uh-huh.
his mouth.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Um, see, for me, you know, I'm very much the mindset of if we're talking straight up classic horror films, which I think this has to be just to keep the window a little bit narrower. Um, I would have to say 1978 John Carpenter's Halloween.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and say, hmm, as of right now, I think it's Scream. I just like the whole what the movie did to further like
Like
horror.
like the original Scream.
Although I take that back, I do like that movie a lot. I think Matthew Lillard's a boss whenever he gets on into like a
So
movie
which
or something
Scream are
like
you
that.
referring to?
Yeah.
I like the first one. He's
The
supposed to be in the new
original.
one. Yeah, but I'm gonna
Okay.
say Nightmare on Elm Street actually.
Hmm.
Oh,
That's a
okay.
really good one. And a
I'm
movie that people were like on the fence about. But then there's also The Thing. Yeah, this is a bad question.
Yeah.
The original John Carpenter. That one
Yeah.
was good. Or I don't know if
I've
it was the original, but I think they made one.
if many of you, those that know me, is I'm not a big horror movie guy just
Yeah,
because
me neither.
I just always used to get frightened. Like I can't
Yeah.
to this day. I've never watched the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and I
You're
never
not
will.
you're not missing anything. It's
Just
literally a
because
chick screaming
it
in a chair for an
yeah,
hour.
it scares me too much. But there's one that I always think back to, and it was one of the first ones that I kind of ever saw that I was like, okay, this is pretty violent, and it comes from Mr. Rob Zombie, and and believe it or not, it's not his Halloweens, but I really enjoy The Devil's Rejects.
Yeah.
And the reason why I enjoy that film is it is so off the wall, batshit crazy like that. There and for those of you that have seen it, that scene when Freebird plays and they're
Mm.
driving that fucking car, it to me, it's one of those moments where you're like, you see a movie and you're like, I'm rooting for these guys.
Mm.
And I think there's just a lot of fear there. But I think if you're talking, if you had to rank the great, I would probably agree and say Halloween from 78. I think they're in an era of slasher movies, it was not a slasher. It was a psychological thriller. And I think to this day, it's not everybody, oh, it's horror, but you really think about it, there's really not a ton of blood in that movie. There's
No,
not a ton of violence. It is a film that you're scared because you know that the shape is lurking somewhere.
Because of the
And
situation, right?
right.
and
Yeah.
that's a perfect premise. It's so easy. That's your
That's
plot,
that's
you
similar
know?
to the Chainsaw movies. Like they
But
didn't have any blood in
right.
it really, but
You think
it
about
was
it,
more
if
of the
that
situation.
movie wouldn't have ever been made, I don't
Yeah.
think your generation of horror films are, because there's elements of Halloween in just about every horror film you see. Something is taken
Sure.
from that, whether
Sure.
whether it's building fear. But like you said, The Thing, I mean,
That movie
John Carpenter's
still
got
holds up. Like
John
it's not. Oh, go ahead.
John Carpenter easily has probably 4 or 5 of the best science fiction films ever made.
They Live is
You
like
know,
the best.
They Live,
Yeah, that's another good
okay?
one.
You
That
have
movie's
The
so
Thing.
good.
I would even say Escape from
Not
New
a-
York and Escape from LA are Big
Sure.
Trouble in Little China. Look
I've
at all
never
Yeah.
of
seen
those.
that. Uh,
You think
I've seen
about those
LA,
movies,
but
and those are damn good. Like,
yeah,
like you watch those movies, you're like, holy shit. And but to wrap it up, I mean, I definitely say definitively, I would say Halloween uh would probably be my favorite. It is tough for me to watch because I do get frightened from it, but I can watch the Rob Zombie ones a lot more easily. And I think it's just because
they fucked those up by making a director's cut, the
you
only
know
one that was
what?
available.
And you
Like
know what?
the
The
one in
thing the
theater was a
thing
lot
about
better.
right. The thing about his vision was it was a different take and it fit in with what Rob Zombie goes for.
Yeah,
And then the trilogy that they put out the last couple years, I enjoy them. I think they're great. They start on a really high note with Halloween, and then they were a little over ambitious for Halloween Kills, and they knew that.
I thought the
And
kills were really good. They
it was
were
great.
really
It
insane.
was what you expected it to be. You knew it was going to be violent. You knew it was going to be gory. You knew it was going to be bloody.
Right.
That was the whole point. That was the same point of the original that or the one they did before that was violent. It was bloody. It was gory.
Yeah,
But I mean, but like I said, I don't think you're going to get any better than that. That's probably on everybody's list. If that's not your top one, it's up there with your top five. Is I would say it's probably top five best psychological thrillers ever made. It's
Yeah.
not just a horror movie.
Right.
It's you from beginning to end. You're like, this is essentially it's a real fucking guy who put on a fucking mask and terrorized people. That's fucking scary as hell.
Well, and just its
And
staying power. I mean, here we are. 78 was what? Almost 50 years ago? Well,
because
actually,
40 years was
yeah.
2018. 40 years was
Yeah,
2018.
so almost 50 years ago. Yeah, it's one of those ones where it's hard to just call it a horror movie, but the simplicity of the setting, the relatively straightforwardness of the story,
Mm-hmm.
and the just as Screech said, the situation, the dark houses, the dark street, the wind, the leaves, the whole atmosphere of the movie and the way it's filmed is what makes it scary.
Yeah.
And that's why, yeah, it's in my opinion, it's pretty undefeated when it comes to your crowning Halloween October scary movie film. That's the one that kind of set the
Yeah.
stage, if you will.
You'll you'll never have another one that translate that good. I mean, granted, there's a lot of good ones that are coming out nowadays, but that's really one that for another 50 years you're gonna be looking back and saying, "Holy shit!" I saw Halloween. It's 1978, or not like I saw it, but like you grew up and say it's still timeless today. I mean, you got it. For Christ's sake, there's a video game coming out,
Yeah.
which I'm, believe it or not, very excited for you know. And like you said, yeah, it's timeless. I mean, it's referenced all over the place. I mean, it's the most frequented Halloween costume.
Sure.
I mean, it's up there. But yeah, I mean, I think that's solid. I think it's a solid list. I mean, me with the Devil's Rejects. That's just my guilty. If I have a chance to watch it, I'm watching the Devil's Rejects just because it's so different than anything I had ever seen at the time.
This also got
But
really
yeah, I
good
mean,
dark humor in it too.
right. And I agree, Screech with you. I mean, you liked yours and you
Yeah.
know, but I mean, yeah, I think that's a good way for us to wrap up. I
Well, and
agree.
if we haven't said it already, guys, enjoy your Halloween. Go out, have
Yeah.
fun. Go to your parties. Don't buy a $750 Freddy Krueger mask.
Do not.
Even if your Screech and your favorite movie is Nightmare on Elm Street, don't do that.
Yeah, get a
Yeah.
girlfriend instead, dude.
Yeah, there you go. Get some candy, have some
It'll cost you
snacks.
$700, I bet.
Yeah, it'll be a lot less than $700 up front, so that'll be
Yeah, but
good.
with
Yeah,
the
they
mask you
gotta
can have it
finagle their way
forever,
in.
but you're paying $700 for something else. You're only gonna have it one time. With the mask you can have forever.
Well, or you
Bum,
can
bum,
mix and match and have a
bum.
mask while you have your one night fun. Who knows?
Screw it, why not? Yeah, he can have that one night in Pound Town. That's the new one they're
Right,
bringing
wearing
out.
your
Yeah,
$750 Freddy Krueger mask.
yeah, yeah.
Sounds like a
But
hell
yes,
of a
happy,
Halloween party to me.
yeah,
Shows you
happy
love her,
Halloween out there,
because it's so
everybody.
expensive. Go ahead.
Like Austin said, be safe out there. Enjoy your time. Spend it with the ones you love. And we'll see you. We'll see you next time. Happy Halloween, boys.
Happy Halloween.
See ya.
See you.
See ya.